Now I knew the shed was rotten, however
I didn't realise it was this. I didn't realise it was this rotten. Just decided to steal my shoe. Fuck's sake. Right. So I definitely need a new shed. However, yeah, so the shed's in a right state, to be fair. It's actually tilted onto one side, but where I've wanted to put the freezers out here, it's gonna have to do for now. So I've just had a little tidy up in here. Still needs a bit more to do, but as you can see, the door is completely rotten. So for now, I'm just going to use the old cabinets that were in there, and we'll just put these covers on cabinet bottoms to cover it. So yeah, I'll set you up on and you can watch that. Sorted. Do for now. So the whole idea of that was to use the freezers in here, which we've done. Got this box out of the shed, which is full of car parts, which I need to go through. Loads of old toolkits again. Some of that might be able to just get scrapped, but I'll go through it. Loads of old paints and some old nitramores. So the old stuff, which wasn't water based, there's a good amount left in that. Hopefully that will be do a better job on the supercharger, stripping that back than the new stuff. So I'll get some of that going shortly. So yeah, I'll leave that for now. I might come back out later as the garage and start cleaning this up and seeing what we got with the tools. One thing I am happy about is this DHC. It's quite expensive. I think it's about £30 for that amount, and you can mix it with water, and I can put the brake discs, which are in here, in with the fluid, and it'll lift all the rust, dirt off them. And again, it'll be two items that can then really go into a pile to go back in the car. So once it's fully built up, it'll look good. Some other bits in here as well from when I did the work on my original FRP. So we'll have to have a look through. But yeah, there's a big bag of bits there. So yeah, I'm glad I've managed to sort out the garage and get the freezers out. That gives me even more space. Huge tip run to do. Loads of bits of crap here from clearing out the garage, but hopefully tomorrow I can borrow my mate's big van and we'll do a tip run and get all this gone, because it looks bloody gypsy. It's horrendous. But yeah, I'll leave you for now anyway. I'm waffling on. Hey all, sorry it's been so long since I've done a video. I've been focusing on a lot of other things around the house at the moment. So other than growing a beard for the last 10 weeks during the lockdown, I've actually been doing a lot of stuff in the garden, which will explain why I've done no content. So there you go. My partner have been working in the garden, doing loads of stuff. So that's what's been keeping us busy, painting all the fences. I even painted all the windows on the house. Finished off painting the back of the garage. Finished painting the shed. Still a bit more to do down there. So yeah, that's what I've been up to, which is why I've not been doing any content. So sorry for that. I know a lot of you have been messaging me asking me where it's been at. So yeah, that's it. Been it really. Oh, been doing the painting on the fronts as well. Trimmed me bush. There we go. Painted all the windows. So that's what I've been doing for the last 5 weeks. So. It was nice to have a bit of a break away from the channel for a bit, because I was flat out on it for I think 12 weeks, but just got a bit of a kick up my arse today and decided to get back on with it. So there's quite a lot of you to update you with, but what I'm going to do to start off with, I finally got the GAZ shocks back from GAZ, who was refurbishing them, as you can see, new pistons, etc. And I've got all the other bits from the powder coater. So what I'm going to do in a minute is I'm going to rebuild these up and put you on time lapse. Some spacers there, that's come, a new water pump. So the spacers, the press car, the 30mm spacers instead of 20mm, which came on the normal Puma. Sorry, the normal Puma didn't have a spacer, should I say. the press cars, sorry, the normal Pumas, bloody hell, get my words up. The normal Ford Racing Pumas had 20mm spacers, which are these, which went on here on the rear beam. However, the press car ones had 30mm, which I've previously mentioned. Now, a friend of mine knocked these up a long time ago, and I've got a spare set, so they'll be going on there, and I've got the relevant bolts to build it all up. So that's something else I need to go with you at some point. As I said, the water pump, the garage. I've just finished doing the worktop on here. Actually, I'll show you the little video of that. I've just cut this to shape. It was some spare flooring I had, and I still need to do the edging around the floor and around the garage. Sorry, there. This unit I need to sell, so if anybody's interested in that, it's one of these units here, but it was cheaper to buy the full package, including that one. So yeah, that one's for sale if anybody's interested. It'd be about £200. I just need to check online. The engine, I think, was in the last video. I started to clean up this side here, if you remember, and I need to start doing this side here. I've spoke to Alex, the chap who I've sent all the bolts, nuts and bolts for plating, and he's going to check with his, I think it's next door to his uncle's business. He's going to check and come back to me about getting an update on all the nuts and bolts, because once I get that and all the new water pump and assembly and all the other bits I've got, I can start rebuilding the engine back up. So yeah, sorry it's been so long, but for now let's put these shocks back together, and I'll see what other content I can bring you as well today. Right, let's crack on. Lot longer than I wanted it to, but there you go. I was having a bit of difficulty putting the locking nuts on, because some of the powder coat I got inside it. I should have used this, which I ended up using in the end a lot sooner, the silicone spray. It would have made it life a lot easier. But yeah, they're all built up. Pretty happy with that. They've come out really smart. So pretty much another job done. I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do. These are standard for top mounts, and those of you remember I had some solid top mounts. I'm not quite sure where they are at the moment, but I need to decide what I'm going to do in terms of that. So I've not done them up properly at the top, so I need to fix them in properly. But that's another set of items that's ready. I need to borrow a decent drill, because I quite like to finish building up this end now. I've realised I've got the rear calipers I need to strip down and get powder coated. What I'm thinking of doing is the RAL colour on the, I might as well show you, hang on just a sec. So the RAL blue colour that I got on the FRP on these Alcons. I've got another pair of Alcons like that are going on the car, and I'm thinking of what I'll do is use that blue, same rail colour, on the cage of the car, so that all the cage here, the full cage, will be in that blue, which would then match the blue front and rear calipers. Be a close match to the Sparco quick release on there. And obviously if I go with the blue stickers on the car, I can't think of the word in a minute. So yeah, if all the blues are matching, including this little section in the engine bay here, perhaps a little section on the strut top, so it's all going to be engine bay white, that bit blue, and then the blue cage throughout, blue calipers front and rear. I think that's going to look pretty good, to be honest with you. So yeah, that blue I've just shown you, I will get the rear calipers done in to match the fronts. I need to get new bushings for here. In fact, have I got those? Yes, I think I've got a set of those. I need to drill these old ones out, put those new ones in. I've got the spacers and the splash guards here, as I've shown you. So yeah, I can get that rear beam built up. And we start seeing, one of the things to mention that you've probably not noticed initially is these headlamps. I found quite a few sets in the garage, so hopefully between the 4 there and the couple others that I've got in there, I've got a decent pair that I'll be able to use. So yeah, I think that's going to be about it for the moment. I'm very keen to get this, get the engine, start putting the engine together. But I'm glad I've come back out and made a start. I wasn't being lazy because, as I said, I've been working on the garden so much and other stuff around the house. But yeah, it's good to start seeing other bits coming together. So yeah, let's that'll do for now. Let's have a look around and see if there's anything else I need to finish. I did want to put another coat of paint on here. I have frustratingly lost a spring, a small spring. You can see there. So let's see if you can see this one. I did hope that the inside of a pen would be about the same size, but it's not, so I need a third one of these before I can rebuild the windscreen, my wiper motor back up. Yeah, I started organising the cupboards a bit better, putting some tools away and whatnot. Yeah. So I forgot I made another purchase which I hadn't mentioned. I got some brand new rear wheel bearings in the end, so I'm going to take these, get the old bearings pressed out and get these put in, and then once they're in, where's the no, we'll get that in a minute. So what I think I'm going to do is make it a bit of a mission this week to get the rear beam going. Try and build up the rear beam, clear out the old bushes here, and start building up the back end with the spacers, with the hubs on, and get all these built back up. So yeah, let's see how we get on with that this week. Now, if I remember correctly, last time I did this to my Ford Racing Puma, I had paint on there. Yeah, there was left paint on here when they went to put the push the bearing, the hub, back onto the hub carrier. It was catching, and it was making it not smoothly rotating. So I have a feeling that I'll have to take that powder coat off that section there on both of those. But yeah, I thought that was worth mentioning. I got the wheel bearings at a good price. I just decided in the end it was worth getting some new ones. Yep. So I'll get that sorted. So that's something for me to focus on this week. Right, that's the jam bolt that was in this one. Finally got it undone. So the actual bushes in here don't actually seem too bad, but given that I've got these uprated ones, I'll stick these in. So Yeah, the best thing to do with that is either use heat to remove these or drill. I think heat is a lot quicker, but if I get some decent drill bits and just drill through it a few times, it should eventually just pop it out. Replace that, and then that's the rear beam ready. I'll drop these to get pressed in the next couple of days. Let's get the spacers to go on. I'm just trying to put everything together that I know we need. I'm not sure where the bolts are. I think they're in the house at the moment. Yeah, okay. Splash guards as mentioned. Good. So yeah, let's try and get this rear beam done. I'm try and set targets. Then in between doing the rear beam, as well as I'll clean this side of the engine up. And as I said earlier, hopefully Alex will get back to me about the bolts, and I can look to actually start building the engine back together, because it will be great to have the engine and gearbox all done, all built up, and all the other components ready to go on the car. And then that will leave the remaining task to do is to complete the body and the chassis of the car. Getting the rear calipers sorted and sprayed in the same blue as I showed you on the Racing Puma that I've done. Warren, who I bought the car off, has got a number of sets here. I think these are standard Racing Puma ones, but a very common upgrade to do is to put focused sized rears on, and I believe that's what these are. And as you can see, they are quite a bit bigger. Now, as I'm going to have a set completely stripped down and rebuilt, what I more than likely will do is I'll strip all three and get, let's have a look at these yellow ones. Get them all shot blasted, all powder coated, all stripped down, all with new parts, and then I'll have two pairs to sell on to someone else, and hopefully that will recoup some of the money back. Because if I'm going to pay to get and strip down one and pay to get one shot blasted and powder coated anyway, I may as well get the other two sets done. So I'll get them all done in the same blue, because I think it looks really good. And what I'll do is I'll keep one of the focused rear brake setup for mine, which I've mentioned is bigger than the normal size. And I've got two, I believe these are, I'll measure them, but I believe those are two focus sized discs as well for the rear. So it just means I'll have more meat, more the pads are bigger, so therefore better braking efficiency. Now, but given it's obviously a rally car, I don't think, and it's lightweight at the back end, I don't really think it's going to make much difference. But as I said, I need to do a set anyway, so I may as well do that setup. So what I'll probably look to do is start stripping these down in the next video or two. It's a bit of a pain and a bit annoying doing brakes, if I'm completely honest, but if I get them done, then it's another job done. And then, as I said a few moments ago, all of these, oh, oddly enough, I just found two brand new rear bolts which are to here as well, so that's quite useful. So yeah, so once I can get all the rear beam done, so I can get the whole rear beam complete and rebuilt and set up, I could even put the wheels on it and even have that done, ready to roll underneath the car and reattach. So with the calipers on as well, which would be great. So yeah, I'm glad I've come back at it today. I'm glad I'm keep doing more content for you. I'll try and keep up the try and do a video every few days, not one a day, like I was doing at the start. But yeah, there's plenty to do, and hopefully I'll keep it coming to you. Oh, look at this beauty!